Today we are going to talk about those tips and tricks that I use in my product or food photography in my home studio. So let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Harsha Sapani. I am a food and product photographer in Raleigh, North Carolina. Today we are going to learn all the tips or tricks, in fact some equipments or gears or techniques that I use to do food and product photography in my home studio. Here is the magic bag that I usually use for my home studio on location. They are easy, portable to use, and I always have them handy before any shoot. The first thing here I have is these fun tack. As you can see, I have used it quite a lot, and they look like a Play-Doh or a gum. So the way you have to activate this is by stretching it, and they really get loosened up, and then you can stick it to any surface before you get the entire setup done. You can shoot by sticking it on the product. You can see that I have used this quite often on the backdrops, on the subject, on the food, or in fact to do some of the levitation shots as well. So try these guys. This is a must-have thing in your studio. The second thing I have here is a spray bottle. I usually use it to get that water bouquet effect in my food photography. I spray them against the light to get that bouquet effect while taking pictures of food. You might have seen some of my pictures. I have used them quite often, like this one right here. Sometimes I also use it with a mixture of glycerin, which comes as the third must-have thing if you do a lot of drink photography. So I mix half portion of glycerin, half portion of water, and then spray it on the bottles, drinks, glasses to get that perfect dew, and you can shoot that particular for a longer period of time. If you just use water, for instance, then you might see that the water droplets falling off, and that's not fun to use. I mean, you have to constantly keep doing, go back and forth and stuff like that, but using glycerin, it should stay for at least an hour. So try that hack, it really works, and I have done that like a million times. The next thing I have right here is this brush, and I use it a lot to make sure my food photography or product photography, my subject looks clean and minimal, but most often I use it in my stop motion animation, especially if you want to move little ingredients or little stuff, little things off of your subject to make it look clean. I have used this quite often when I have to make shapes in stop motion. The thing I have here are these gloves. I got these with acrylic sheets that I ordered on Amazon to clean the acrylic surface before every shoot, and making sure that it's really squeaky clean. But I also use this to clean my surface and my product before I start any shoot. For instance, I have this AirPod. You might think that they don't have any dust on them, but when you actually do the shoot, especially using macro lenses, you can actually capture quite a lot of dust on them, and it's a lot of work in post-production. So it's better to like clean them before you even start the shoot, and you will still end up with some dust, but those are okay, you can still edit them, and it's always best to clean your surface products, especially if you're working with perfumes or skincare brands, beauty products. You know, it's good if you use these. The next thing I have here is this palette knife. I don't use this quite often unless I'm doing some sort of a texture shot or for a beauty product, basically. Just scoop the product and create the texture that you need. They come in a set of 6 or 12, and you can really create different shapes, different textures, different form of curves, and they really are perfect. So you should really use them. This one is a must-have. These are nothing but sticks. I have used them recently for What shoe did I use it for? Oh yeah, for the AirPod shot. So use them if you want to levitate your food, or if you want to bring your food in place. Secure it with these sticks. You can use it for burger, or if you can see that I use it for my idli levitation shots, you know, multiple uses. Sticks are always handy. It's you can also support your subject with the stick and fun tack in the back. They are really helpful. The next one I have is a fog machine. Now I have a huge fog machine like this size that I usually use in my home studio for a smoky effect or smoky backdrop or something like that. But if I have to use a smoky or foggy effect on location shoot, then this is what I use. These are like really portable, small and easy to carry. This one is actually from Neza Active, and I pretty much like fixed them like this, and they also come with wood chips to fill it up in this particular area and then lighten it up, and it creates smoke. Now you can see that it's actually very noisy, but it actually does the trick when you're on location, and if you need quick smoke, it actually comes up, has like good amount of smoke in this. And the next one I get asked a lot is these ones. So these are called robot arms. I got them on Amazon. Now these are pretty cheap ones, but it does the trick. All you have to do is clamp this on your table or desktop, and then clamp your subject to a stick or something else, and then levitate them or act like make them fly basically. Or even they act like a helping hand, where you can hold black cards, white cards, bouncing cards, or anything of that sort to really hold in place. This is pretty stable. I think I was able to shoot one huge muffin, sort of a cupcake, for this particular shoot, and it was pretty sturdy at that point. So this is a must-have if you are only person in the studio and you have no help. It actually works out. The next important thing must have in your studio are these A-clamps. These are really strong and sturdy. I usually have these to hang my backdrops, to hold my black cards, white cards, to really hold any prop or anything of that sort. These are like really essential. You might not even know what use they can be unless you really need them, but they are very handy. They are very important. Must have. Take them, buy them. And the last thing I have here is this one, color checker. I love them, especially if you're doing product photography and you need those accurate colors in your product. This is a must-have. Sometimes it gets very tricky when you bring the picture into the Lightroom and edit it. The colors really get changed based on the color temperature and stuff like that. But if you have these, they are going to be super helpful and you're going to thank me later. So have these for your product photography. That's it, guys. I hope this was helpful. Again, my name is Harsha Sipani. Keep following me and supporting me in my work. Subscribe to my channel. The next video is going to be all about product photography styling and how you edit them based on Easter. Stay tuned, guys. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.